So this is a what's in my gym bag video. All of this I don't necessarily carry for my personal reasons. I carry it because I also coach and I want to make sure that I have some things in the gym. So here's my gym bag. It's kind of heavy and beat up. The first thing I actually pulled out was these bands. I don't use them a ton in my workouts, only when I'm doing rehab, and warming up. So it's a couple of different types of bands. I don't know what they look like. These, we have the classic little booty bands, and then the ones that I actually use most in my training is the pull-up bands. So I'm trying to get 10 perfect pull-ups. So that's one thing that's in there. Another thing that's in my gym bag is obviously an extra lock or two, just in case I need to lock something up. I very rarely lock anything in the locker. I typically carry all of my mess with me the entire time. We have chalk. Type of chalk I like to use is liquid chalk. That's my favorite. Put it on your hands, let it dry a little bit, you're good to go. But then I also have this powdered chalk, so instead of like rubbing the actual chalk bar on your hands, it's just powdered. You reach in. And my ladies that competed last year, we used this, and it's glittery chalk, so you can do the little thing where you put it on your hands and then go. Yeah. This is the bikini I wear every time I take progress photos. I wear the same exact thing so I can see exactly what the changes are. Progress photos that don't exist because I'm not doing anything. These are my good old lifting shoes. Usually you'll see me lifting in nothing but socks. That's just my preference. But like I have better connection with the floor. But as it gets to like 6 to 8 weeks before a meet, I usually start putting my shoes back on. Because these are the only things you can wear in competition. Actually, no, I think you can wear Converse too. Yeah, pretty sure you can wear Converse. At some meets. Depends on the meet that you're going to. Speaking of shoes, these are my cardio shoes. So typically I come to the gym in Converse. I don't like to run in Converse. So these are what I put on when it's time for me to do my cardio. Let's see. This is the funny part. These are my clips. I'm not a big fan of these anymore, but if I have to use them, I will. My go-to clip are these. I think these are collars. I don't know if these are called collars or clips, but I prefer this. It's easy to get on. It's not hard to take off. Any little bit helps when you're lifting. You don't want any kind of unnecessary struggle. Shout out to Young Allie and Athlete. This isn't typically in my gym bag, but it was because I needed to bring it to the gym to weigh in my clients. Just a smart scale, body fat, muscle mass, that kind of thing. Water. Then I have all of my
Are those
all of
wraps? Wrist wrap?
You're about to find out. All of my little lifting accessories. So I can't remember what this originally went to, but if I need to do something on my knees for an extended amount of time and the floor is kind of hard, I place these under my knees. This is like a strap that you put on like a cable machine to do different movements. You just kind of put your hands in there and do like tricep pulls and stuff like that. This is wrist support wraps. So you just kind of wrap it around, put it on there, support your wrists and your lifts like your bench press. Don't use them.
You don't use them? Why?
I try to go raw for as long as I can. These are my, probably, if not my first pair ever lifting gloves. You know, when you start, everybody always gets a pair of gloves because they think that's what you're supposed to have. I prefer not to wear gloves at all. The only time I put these on is if my hands are at the point where I feel like I might actually rip open a callus or something. I'll put these on. Not often, though.
Yeah, we don't wear gloves around here, cuz.
Nah, we don't. You won't see me in gloves. I mean, you probably see me in gloves, but not until it's like really heavy and my hands are like worn out. So that's typically step one. There's like a whole process and layers of how I protect my hands and get a bar up. So these are all of my grip things. You'll see. So now these are also, I guess, called grips. Place it on your hand like this. Wrap it around so it holds onto your arm. And then you put the bar on it like this. So if your grip is starting to limit you, but you still got 1 or 2 heavy sets left, and you still want to make sure you get adequate strength done, throw this puppy on. So that's usually step 2. My grip is starting to, not my grip. If my hands are starting to bother me pain-wise, I'll put these on if I think I'm on a tear. If my strength is starting to give out on me and my hands hurt, I'll put these on. So that's usually the order. Then, wait, where's my other one of these? Where's she at? Oh no, I really like that. Ah, here she is. Then I also have straps. Y'all know what straps are. You put them on, grab the bar, helps you get the bar up. Again, these are all last resorts. I try to go raw as much as I can. It is chalk all over this. And then these are probably the last attempt at lifting something if everything else is failing. Put it on your wrist like this, and it's just the hook. The hook is holding the bar. You're just using your raw strength to get it up. I don't know if you've ever seen these before. Yeah. That's all of those. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. I don't remember what this goes to. And then this is just a gym pin. So you place it in the stack on like a weight stack with the pin loaded machine, and you're able to place a plate on top of it so you can add to the weight. Let's say you hold stacking it like I am, you know. Then you place the plate on top of this and you can add a little bit more weight. Okay. And these are incremental, so they're really small weights. It goes as high as, I want to say 1 pound is the heaviest. Yeah, 1 pound is the heaviest. And then the lightest one is 1/4 of a pound. Seems really, really silly, but in reality, this is a big help when you completely maxed out. When you've been struggling, for example, like me, I struggled at 225, 230 for a really long time, and I've yet to break it. But what I could do is week to week, if I added 1/4 of a pound in 4 weeks, if I can get that up, I've added what? Pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds in a month, which is still a PR. And that is everything in my gym bag. Yay! Now let's use it.